The clock spring provides the electrical connection between the steering wheel and its systems: airbag, radio controls, cruise control, horn. If the airbag displays an error, the steering wheel controls do not work, or there is noise when turning, the clock spring is most likely defective. Follow the steps below to replace the clock spring airbag on your Hyundai Santa Fe II and Kia Sorento. You can find the clock spring for Hyundai Santa Fe and Kia Sorento below in the video description. Tools and parts needed: 10mm and 22mm socket, T40 Torx, Phillips screwdriver, and a flat blade screwdriver. You can find all these tools below in the video description. Disconnect the battery terminals when you need to deploy the airbag. After disconnecting, wait at least 10 to 15 minutes for the airbag capacitors to fully discharge. Attention! Before installing the clock spring, make sure that the wheels and the steering wheel are straight. Unscrew the 2 bolts on the left and right side of the steering wheel using a Torx T40. Be careful that the screws on the steering wheel cannot be removed. Remove the airbag slightly to the outside and disconnect the wire. Disconnect the connector from the airbag using a flat blade screwdriver. First, remove the yellow plastic on the outside and then carefully pull the connector outwards. Store the airbag with the front facing up in a safe place. Disconnect the white connector. Unscrew the steering wheel nut using a 22mm socket, a ratchet, and an extension ratchet. Respect those marks on the steering wheel and the column when you reassemble the steering wheel. Remove the steering wheel. Don't forget the washer that comes after the nut. Unscrew the 5 bolts from the plastic caps on the steering wheel axle using a Phillips screwdriver. 2 bolts are on the top plastic and 3 bolts are attached to the plastic below. Remove the 2 parts and then unscrew the 3 plugs from the clock spring. On the yellow plug, first press the clip, then pull the clip back to remove the plug. Compare the 2 clock springs to see if they are the same, then look at the clamps on the back to see how the clock spring is attached to the steering wheel column. Remove the clock spring using a flat blade screwdriver. Move the electronic part from the old clock spring to the new one using a flat blade screwdriver. Install the new clock spring on the steering wheel column and connect its connectors. The yellow connector is installed by pushing it towards the end and then use a flat blade screwdriver to push the clip back in place. Reinstall the plastic parts on the steering wheel column and the other parts that follow, the steering wheel and the airbag. Remove that yellow clip from the clock spring before installing the steering wheel. Respect the marks on the steering wheel and the steering wheel column when installing the steering wheel back in place. Block the steering wheel so that you can tighten the nut back in place. The steering wheel is usually tightened between 40 to 50 Newton meters, but it is best to check the exact value for your car model. After connecting the terminals to the battery, turn on the ignition and check if the airbag warning light has gone out. The steering wheel controls work and the steering wheel turns smoothly and without noise. If the airbag warning light remains on the dashboard, scan it with a diagnostic tool and clear the error. Don't forget to like and subscribe our YouTube channel, Tutorial Auto. Thank you for watching.